Hello and welcome to another episode of GameHammer One Shots. The purpose of this show is, as I've mentioned before, to take one go at a game, whether it's one set of lives, one run round a track, or whatever. When we hit the game over or the time up screen, that's when we stop and we give you our assessment of the game. Today we're looking at a classic. I think you'll all know it and appreciate it. It's Burnout, and we're doing the GameCube version because out of the three versions, PlayStation, GameCube and Xbox, it is the best copy. The PlayStation version is very easy to beat the early opponents. The Xbox version is not quite as easy, but isn't quite as good at handling. The GameCube version gets it right. So we're going to have a look at this version and give you our assessment of the game. Does it hold up against the later games? Is it a good game in and of itself? Let's find out. Right, we're going to go for single race. Let's have a look at what we've got here. Well, I'm going to go for medium with the sports coupe and automatic transmission because I am a wuss. No, because it'll make it quicker and easier. That's what we want on this game. Okay, it's the triggers to accelerate, which is always good. Let's go. Oh man, it handles so well. So let's quickly crash. That's not what I wanted to do. Not a good start. I mean, yeah, Burnout's all about crashing, but I want to try and get my boost up. So let's go into the oncoming lane. We can when we get around this corner. Let's see how we do. It's certainly a slower game than the later ones. The graphics are difficult to see sometimes on the screen. So let's just keep going and see how we do. Hope we can get somewhere. I love that the indicators tell you which way to go. Oh, for goodness sake. The handling is not as good as later games. It doesn't feel as fluid. It feels heavy. Okay, it overemphasizes the crashes. I forgot. Because I've been playing a lot of Burnout Paradise recently. And I forgot just how eager it is to crash you. Which is unfortunate. It's not as much fun. I have to admit, I love these games, but this is not as much fun as the later ones. I'm also having a lot of problems just getting the boost up on this. Which means I'm going to have a lot of trouble actually finishing this race. Yeah, boost is hardly going up at all. The slightest tap on another car is crashing you, and you lose all your boost when you crash. There's a lot that they can have to change for later games to make it as fun as I like with the later ones. It's not as good a game. I'm sorry, it's not. So I'm in last place. I've only gone around one lap. I've not even got to the end of the lap. I'm already running out of time. I can't even get the boost full. It's not as good as the rest of the series. I'm sorry guys, it's not. I loved it at the time, but I am not enjoying this compared to how much I like the later games. My goodness, we've just gone on to lap 2. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Got the boost, finally. See if we can catch up with second place. My goodness. Right, we're back in the game now. And for goodness sake. I think it's the screen. I really do think it's a screen. I don't remember when playing on a CRT compared to playing on the Mac with the ITV recorder having this much problem. Seeing oncoming traffic when it's white. It's always white, either a white van or a white truck or whatever. It blends in too much on the screen. I think there's an issue with the capture card, and that might be why I'm having such a problem, because they don't show up enough. There is a lot of traffic on screen as well, so maybe it's just me rather than the game being obnoxious, but no, sometimes it's just obnoxious. It puts a huge amount of traffic in your way. The game is actively fighting you. I think, given that this is the Nintendo launch title compared to the other ones, that with this they're trying to make it hard in order to make it stand out. So they put a lot of traffic on compared to the other versions, and as a result it makes it a much tougher game. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of artificial difficulty and at the expense of gameplay. But we'll keep going. We'll see how we do. Right, now we got the boost again, so let's keep going and see whether we can get... Oh, for goodness sake. The game fights you at every turn. That's the problem. It's not as good as the later ones because it is actively fighting you. There's no part of this being fun. It's all just fight. Come on, let's try and get second place back. Come on! Handle's so bad. Whoa, you hit that with 0 to go. It actually said game over and then continued. That's how close I was to losing because the control made me swerve. I don't like blaming the mechanics or the controls, but sometimes they are not good. And this is not good. The later ones rectified the problem of poor handling on this. It feels like a heavy car and it shouldn't. I'm going as close to traffic as I can to try and boost up. And now I'm going to lose all of what I've just earned because you can't go close to traffic because there's too much traffic. And we're going to run out of time again. It's actually made it so that it's not fun. It's actively made it not fun to play. And that's it. Finished. Right, what do we think about it? Well, here's the truth. The music's decent. The graphics for the time are really nice. It's a good launch title. However, and here's the thing, I used to play this so much. I played it all the time. I loved it back at the time. But there are now better games in the series and in general. The series has improved on this original formula so much that the original game has just been left in the dust. It's good if you want a quick idea of where the series came from, but as a game now, no, I can't recommend it because it is not a good game. It actively fights you all the way. Rather than being fun to play, a fun racer with a lot of crashes, it's actively fighting against you rather than fighting with you to make you enjoy the game. I like a challenge. I like a good challenge in games, but this is not a good challenge. It's just hard for the sake of it. And it's not fun as a result, so no. This is one of those where I can't recommend it. Play the sequels, they're far, far better. Okay, that's all we've got time for this week, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you did like this, and if you did, remember to click the like button, share it with your friends so they'll know a good game when they see it, and subscribe for future videos, because there will be more in the future. But until next time, I've been Kirk-Robinson, you've been watching GameHammer one-shots on the Not Mouse channel, and I'll see you later.